Hello and welcome to IT Broken. My name is Jorge, and today I'm going to be helping you understand and have some options for your subscription has been canceled message that you may have received this morning when you went to get to your Microsoft apps like Word and Excel. All right, so for starters, know that if you're coming to this video because you got your subscription has been canceled notice when you try to access Word or Excel or PowerPoint, know that it's not you, it's not your subscription. Microsoft actually has an issue with their licensing server, which is kind of like a wake-up call because it basically has knocked out many of our clients cannot access their Word, Excel, and actually many of our accounting clients were in the middle of tax season and they can't use their Excel products. Big issue. So don't even bother doing the sign in, buy, enter key, reactivate, because it's all going to yield nothing. All right, because it's not an issue with your account. There's nothing you actually have to do. It's an issue with Microsoft. So you can see what I'm talking about. If you open up a browser, you go to admin.microsoft.com, service status, you're going to see that Microsoft 365 Consumer has an X next to it. That's where the issue lies. Outlook's fine, OneDrive's fine. Actually, Microsoft 365 business editions are fine. This really just impacts the family and personal subscriptions. And it's not happening across the board either. It's random. Even within the same subscription, you'll see some of your colleagues that may be on the same subscription. Their product's working, yours is not. So just know that you're not going crazy. So there's really nothing you can do specifically. You basically have to see what your alternatives are to Microsoft products. And in this video, I'm going to outline 3 options that you have. One of them being Microsoft 365 Online. You can actually sign in with the Microsoft account that's saying that's canceled and actually have access to the Microsoft products online like Word and Excel. The other option that you have is going to Google and using the Google apps. And my favorite is, because the 2 previous ones you use online, you have to upload your documents. My favorite is actually LibreOffice. You can actually download this product and it works right on your desktop. We use it on many of our clients that don't need to use Outlook. Many times we'll go into use Microsoft Office because the client wants to use Outlook. But if they don't, many times we'll use LibreOffice. It's free to use, so you don't have to pay the hefty Microsoft subscription and basically go through all that Microsoft account setup and all that wonderful stuff that can be annoying at times. All right, so let's go ahead and let me walk you through these options. So to use the Microsoft apps online like Word and Excel, although they don't work on your desktop, they will work online, but you do have to sign in with your Microsoft account. So I'll go ahead and sign in. All right, so once you're logged into Microsoft, on the left, you'll see that you have your apps. You have Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and so on. Now Outlook, that should still be continuing to work on your computer. So as far as the apps online, you go ahead and click on what you want to use. Let's mention if you use Excel, for example, you're going to upload the file that you're going to want to work on. In my case, I have an Excel spreadsheet or a blank one on my desktop. So I would click upload, and once it does complete the upload, you'll have access to the spreadsheet. It looks very similar to what it does on the desktop. But obviously you're going to be working online and your performance is going to be dictated by how fast your internet speed is. But you'll be able to basically do everything that you could with the desktop for all intended purposes. If you want to use Word, same concept. You go ahead and click on Word, upload the file that you want to work on. In my case, I'm going to pull this one from the desktop. It's a blank document, so there's not going to be anything on it. But you get the idea. The menus come up and then you have the sheet that you can work on. You'll be able to do similar to what you can do on the desktop, and if you have a good internet connection, the speed will be reasonable. The thing is, when you're done, you're going to have to download that file to your desktop for future use. So that's the Microsoft Online option. And then the Google option, you can just go to google.com, and then on the upper right you see those 9 dots. You can go ahead and click on that. You have to eventually sign in, but just to give you an idea, you can, when you click on that, you scroll down, you see docs and sheets as options. If you do click on one of those, it's going to ask you to sign in, so you might as well sign in to start with. But let's go ahead and click on one of these options here. You see docs, you see sheets. When you click on them, you're going to get the sign in option. So let's go ahead and sign in. All right, once you're signed in, you're going to see that you're automatically put in Docs because that's where we clicked when we started signing in. But if you want to access the other applications, just click on the hamburger menu and you're going to see Sheets and some of the other options. So you can just bounce back and forth between the two, or the whatever options you want. So similar to Microsoft, once you're here, if you want to work on a file, you're going to have to upload it. You can do that through the folder icon that you see on the screen. You click on it, then you click Upload to go to your computer, hit Browse, or you can drag it. I'm going to open the spreadsheet I have on my desktop. Again, this is blank, so you're not going to see anything specific, but you see what it looks like. Again, all depending on your internet speed, how fast this works. Once you're there, it's very similar to Excel. You're going to be able to format, do formulas, whatever it is that you need. And you can start with templates and so on. But you will be able to open your Excel documents and basically modify. You can see here and just go enter a couple of numbers just so you get the idea. It's very practical. If you have a good internet speed, it's going to be pretty peppy too. Now, because you are working on a browser, if you wanted to use have multiple sheets open or use Word or so on, the way I go about it, there's probably a simpler way, but the way I go about it, I just go to Google again. I click on the menu on the top, and then I just select Sheets or Docs, and that's going to bring the application up on a different tab. You can see I have two sheets open. I'm going to go ahead and open a doc, so where you can upload your Word document that you had on your desktop, or on my desktop, I should say here. Go ahead, hit Browse. In this case, it's a blank document. Again, similar like I showed you with the Microsoft apps. So same concept. It's going to be very similar functionality. Again, you're using two online products as alternatives to using your desktop, which in this case, as we know, is out of commission because of the licensing. So this gives you a good idea on the online products. And then, as I mentioned, my favorite is LibreOffice because this does get downloaded and it works on your desktop. You don't have to upload files like you do on the online version with Microsoft Apps Online or Google Apps Online. To download it, just go to LibreOffice.org, click the download button. Your download's automatically going to start on the upper right. I'm using Firefox, but if you're using Google Chrome or Microsoft Edge, you're going to see a little bit of a different display as to where the file's being downloaded. It can be upper right, lower bottom. But the idea is the same. It's downloading a file on your computer, then you run that file. It's going to go ahead and begin the installation. It'll take it a minute. So let's go ahead and hit yes. You don't really have to change any settings. Install it as is. So we'll just go ahead and go through the installation. I should point out as we proceed with the installation that you want to have everything closed because it is going to want to reboot once we get to completing the installation. So let's go ahead and restart your computer. Now, once your computer comes up, LibreOffice is installed, and one of the first things I do before I use it is open it up with the icon on the desktop, go to Options, go to your Load Save options, and we're going to change the extensions of the files of how it saves so that they're immediately compatible with Microsoft Office. That way, as you edit your files, it's not changing the extension. So you want to change the Writer and the Spreadsheet primarily. The Writer is equivalent to Microsoft Word, and Calc is equivalent to Excel. So you click on the Always Save As and select Word 2010 to 365. So that's the DOCX extension. And that would be for the text writer documents. Then select the Spreadsheet Calc, and again do the same with that. Make that Excel 2007 to 365, which is the XLX extension. And then if you're going to do in presentations, you can do the same with Impress. Make that a PowerPoint. And then when you're done, just hit Apply, hit OK. And now when you open the files and save the files, it's going to keep the Microsoft extension for when that product comes back online. So I'm going to go ahead and you can open the documents in one of two ways. You can double click on the document if Libre is the only product you have. If not, if you have Libre and Office installed together, you can right click on the document and select Open With. Now in this computer, I only have Libre installed, but if I had Microsoft Office, it would show both options when I click Open With. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and you can see it's only showing me Writer, but I would see Microsoft Word if we had two options. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. This is one of a couple ways you can open the file, so I'm going to show you another way in a minute. But just to show you the product itself, when the Word document or LibreOffice document comes up, you're going to see something that looks very similar to Word. It's going to have a lot of the same functionality and then some. It's a great product. I really suggest you try it. You can even edit PDFs. Right now, if you want to edit PDFs, you need PDF Writer, blah, 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 or Acrobat and so on. With this product, you can just go ahead and edit PDFs directly with it. All right, so you get the idea. You're working right on your desktop. Now, you can go ahead and interact with the product a couple ways. If you go to your navigation, I'm using Windows 10, but 11 will be similar. You go to your navigation, you're going to see LibreOffice as your apps. You're going to see Calc, which is equivalent to the Excel, and then you're going to see Writer, which is equivalent to Microsoft Word. So you can actually start the applications this way. Again, same idea. And then you can select to open your file by hitting the folder. Very similar, like you would interact with your desktop. With your files like you would with Word and Excel. So very similar. You get the idea. The other way you can open it is you can go to your search bar, type in either Calc or Writer. I'm going to do Calc to bring up the spreadsheet, just to show you that portion of it as well. Again, very similar to Excel. It's going to have a lot of the same Excel features. Again, and then some. There's tutorials out on YouTube if you want to learn how to use the various products. But again, great alternative. You can run it alongside Word and Excel. You can keep both of them on your computer. I do that. And in this situation, when everybody has an outage, I'm able to go ahead and continue updating my Word and Excel documents. So there you go. There are your options. Whether you're dealing with a Microsoft licensing server outage, or you simply just want options to using the Microsoft apps on your desktop. You can use the two online options, Microsoft or Google, or you can use LibreOffice. I hope this was of help. As always, if you find this video of value, please like the video, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified of new how-to videos coming your way. Also, if you know someone that could benefit from this video, you can also select the share button below and share it with them. Well, again, this is Jorge. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos, hit the subscribe button. Or if you need tech support, the link to hire us is in the description. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great one.